I'm being told that the profit after tax number is 2740 crores. We need to confirm if that's the consolidated number or is that a standalone. Okay, that is the okay. I think because the first number which from Infosys is always a standalone number, so we'll just give it a minute, 2 minutes. I think it's a standalone, so we should write it's a standalone number. It is a standalone number. I mean, the consolidated number is not widely different, but I mean, that's a number that you should look at because the expectations, the poll, etc., is consolidated as well. That's the standalone Q3 is 2740, but I think we just sort of need to wait for the consolidated, which should be coming soon as well. The consolidated profit expectation is 2786 crores. That's 2,786 crores or so. And we'll see what Infosys actually does. Sales are seen at about 13,063 crores. And dollar revenue, which I think will be the big one, it's seen growing 2.1% to about $2.1 billion or so. That's $2.1 billion or so. So let's see. Okay, we've got the consolidated number. 2,880 crores is the consolidated profit after tax number. So that is pretty good. I mean, that's a clean 100 crores more than what the street expected on the profit figure. That's good. Third quarter profit beating expectations by 100 odd crores or so. That's very good actually. And let's wait for the sales number. I think we get the rupee sales number and then we'll get the dollar sales as well as we go along. So 13,063 is what we were expecting. So we'll have the actual numbers as well. And I should be able to get my hands on a press release from the company in just a bit. So we'll do that as well in just a bit. Okay, let me just open the PDF file here, which I have. Okay, I'm being told the sales number is on the screen. It is 13,026 crores. So the sales number is about 40 crores lower than what was expected. That's basically what you have. Here you go. So sales at 13,026 crores. You've got the profit after tax number at 2,875 crores, which is about 100 crores better than expected. The operating profit is 3,259 crores. 3,259 crores. As against 2,837 crores or so. So we should be able to put out the margin as well, EBITDA margin as well, with the operating profit number which we have. EPS is 50 rupees and 32 paise as against 42 rupees and 12 paise or so. So that's what we have. I can't spot any other income. 700 and okay, there is a big bump up as far as other income is concerned. 731 crores is the other income, which we should put out as well, as against 510 crores or so. So I think the net number can be explained by the big jump quarter on quarter in other income. I think that will, to a large degree, explain the beat as far as the profit is concerned. But I mean, selling and marketing expenses have gone down to about 644 crores. Compared to 757 crores or so in the last quarter. So Q3 versus Q2 of fiscal 14. So SG&A is down. So selling and marketing spend is down. EBIT margin is 25%. All right. So EBIT margin was expected, I think, at about around 25%. So I think it's bang in line again with expectations, or maybe slightly higher. The core operating profit number. The EBITDA margin was seen at about 26.9% or so. So we'll see what that lands up at. The range for EBITDA was between 26.1 and 27.4%. So that's basically what we are looking at from the company as of now. All right, let me just scroll down through the PDF and look at some of the other stuff. There is notes to accounts, changes to the board. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw appointed Director, Mr. Praveen Rao, whole-time Director. I mean, there's not very much else as far as these numbers are concerned. There is the other sheet which will also come in just a bit. which should have the guidance, and I'll get to that in a bit. So this is what the numbers look like. The numbers on the profit front look about 100 crores better, but the other income has jumped, I think, by almost 200 crores or so. So I think at the net level, the beat can be explained by the big jump in the other income number, 731 compared to 510 crores. And the sales number, the top line number, rupees crore, has missed by about 40 crores or so. So far, I mean, it isn't a particularly exciting set of numbers, but I think margins are in line. Although one could ask the question, and the same question was asked the last quarter as well, why aren't, and last quarter there was a surprise on the dollar revenue front. The question is, why aren't margins actually looking much better? Why are they still around 25-26%, and why aren't margins actually going up now that revenue growth is coming back quarter on quarter? So I think that same question will hold this time as well. So I think so far with the numbers that we have, I think the numbers are just about okay. There's nothing really great about it. We'll need to sort of get details on what this other income is on account of. It's about 200 crores, more than 200 crores compared to what they actually got what they made on this account last quarter. All right, we'll put out more in a bit, the guidance, etc. Amrish Baliga is with us. Amrish, good morning. So we don't have the guidance, I think. So I think you can't really go out and express your full views on the stock. But what's your sense by looking at what we have so far?
Yeah, I think it is more or less in line, except that we were expecting a further margin expansion. I mean, that is slightly lower than expected. Otherwise, I suppose overall it seems okay. Like you rightly said, nothing majorly exciting. So because of this, I don't see the stock really opening much higher. I think it'll just about hold on.
Here, Amrish. But I think we have the revenue numbers. Revenue for the third quarter is $2.1 billion, which is exactly in line with expectations. And I'm being told that they have increased their revenue guidance to 11.5 to 12% or so. Yep, that's basically what they've done. They've increased their revenue guidance a little bit, just a little bit, between 11.5 and 12% or so. So, I mean, good news. It's good news that they have done that, but I think expectations were that, I mean, it would have been a flat 12% or maybe a little over 12% as well. So we'll see what they do. But increasing guidance reaffirms, what Infosys is seeing in the marketplace for sure. No questions about that. But I think we'll just have to sort of wait for what is behind these numbers. 11.5 to 12% is good. So the lower end has been bumped up from 10% to 11.5. The upper end is still at 12%. That's why, I'm not throwing up my hands and saying this is a great vote of confidence as far as the full year is concerned. But this is still okay. And they've at least upped their guidance and kind of reaffirmed that indeed fiscal 14 is going to be much better than what many had thought it would be when we began the year. So that's good news, no doubt about it. Third quarter revenue has come in bang exactly at $2.1 billion. So, I mean, there is the range was between 2.09 to 2.13 in terms of expectations, but it's exactly at about $2.1 billion, which means dollar revenue has grown by 2.1% compared to the last quarter, compared to the second quarter fiscal 14. So this is, I would say, an exactly inline quarter from what I have so far. I mean, exactly inline quarter, which I think isn't bad because the last 3 or 4 days, very near term, and this is about what the stock can do today. In the very near term, there was this general chatter that Infosys will miss on the revenue front. That hasn't happened. I mean, they've delivered numbers exactly in line, and they've increased guidance, be the lower end a little bit from 10 to 11.5. The upper end is still 12%, but I think it's still okay. So I would call this an exactly in line with expected quarter from Infosys Technologies.